The following is a look at the teachings and culture behind the doomsday predictions that have been circulating in the news and over social media since June. According to one of these predictions, Nashville, Tennessee will be hit by a nuclear bomb on July 18, 2020. This is the first possible date mentioned, but other groups may have identified additional dates in 2020 and 2021 when the prophecy may be fulfilled. This video is intended to shine a light on the intentions of these organizations and the rogue elements behind these doomsday predictions. In 1901, a woman prophesied that in New York City, soaring buildings designed to be fireproof would be consumed by flames as if they were made of pitch. As these lofty monuments to man's wealth and ambition burned to the ground, nearby fire engines would be rendered inoperable, leaving firemen unable to stop the destruction of a full city block. The prophecy about the attack on New York City is found in Volume 9, page 11 of the Testimonies for the Church, published in 1868. The woman, Ellen White, wrote this and many other prophecies in books, pamphlets, and articles collectively called The Spirit of Prophecy. Ellen White prophesied many events that later occurred according to her predictions. She also confirmed the prophecy of Josiah Litch regarding the end of the Ottoman Empire. In the 1830s, Litch, a Methodist Episcopal minister who became a student of William Miller, predicted the year, month, and day the Ottoman Empire would end. At the time, the New York Times reported on the story, and today the Times is also reporting on the current Nashville prophecy. You can find links concerning these predictions in the comments section below this video. In 1904, Ellen White claimed to have received another prophecy from the Lord. In this vision, she was shown a ball of fire coming from heaven and destroying Nashville, Tennessee. White specifically stated that the fire from heaven struck beautiful mansions and a building with pillars. Many adherents who study White's prophecies interpret this to mean the Parthenon in Nashville's Centennial Park will be destroyed by fire. They believe Nashville will be attacked by a bomb on July 18, 2020, and based on their interpretation of White's prophecy, they are warning the entire world that the imminent destruction of our planet will soon follow the Nashville event. In her writings, Ellen White suggested that people in power would direct the public's attention to other subjects and away from warning about the coming violence. Framing the story as an anti-Islamic attack has distracted the public's attention from the warning of impending danger and the warning White desired for everyone to heed. She indicated that powers, in this case the United States government and the media, will, for their own intentions, direct people's attention away from the dire warning which is the purpose of her prophecy. The church co-founded by Ellen White is the Seventh-day Adventist Church, one of the wealthiest and fastest growing Christian denominations on earth, with some 25 million devoted followers worldwide. Throughout social media, many students of Ellen White's prophecies are now predicting that radical members of Islam will hit Nashville, Tennessee with a nuclear weapon on July 18, 2020. Links concerning this prediction are listed in the comments section below this video. According to one branch of the Adventist Church, this is the first of many predictions. Other Seventh-day Adventist branches are warning of additional prophecies to be fulfilled on other dates. Seventh-day Adventists own and operate the second largest chain of private schools around the world. They also own and manage the second largest chain of hospitals, medical clinics, retirement centers, and nursing homes worldwide. Their reach extends beyond geographic and political boundaries, and their wealth eclipses that of any other Protestant church. For over 160 years, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has forcefully denounced the Catholic Church and every significant Protestant church. Adventists teach that the Catholic Church is the first beast led by Satan in the book of Revelation, the last book of the Christian Bible. They also teach that Islam and Judaism are being deceived and directed by the devil. Ellen White was vocal in her denunciation of Islam and its role in her Nashville prophecy. Adventists' disdain for other religions has become measured in recent years, however, based on the advice of international public relations firms. In an effort to placate criticisms and improve its image, the Adventist Church promotes ministers who have befriended Islam. Adventist leaders have attempted to temper White's words to shield the church from accusations of Islamophobia. The organized Seventh-day Adventist Church has also removed all of its end-time prophecies, any suggestion of Muslim involvement. Jeff Pippenger and other rogue Adventists do not subscribe to this philosophy or practice, and as a result, the Adventist Church disavows them. In an effort to shield themselves from the scrutiny and criticism of the secular world, Adventists also now promote tolerance of behaviors and lifestyle choices the organized church had for 150 years condemned. The Adventist Church's efforts to distance itself from its early doctrines and prophecies are driven by its desire to maintain a positive image throughout the world. Seventh-day Adventists believe they are destined to become victims of persecution and even martyrs. As such, they claim they are remnant people who will be attacked first by Protestants, then by the Catholic Church, and finally by the U.S. government. Adventists assert that Jews are no longer God's chosen people, and Adventists, as the chosen of God, will soon be subject to greater persecution than any other group in history. They teach that Jews have been cursed by God, and they claim that Adventists are chosen by God as the new blessed children of Israel. Many Adventist leaders believe the church will suffer attacks because it aided Adolf Hitler in his ascension to power. Adventists assert they will be suspected of causing calamities that will come upon the earth, including the prophesied attack on Nashville. Many believe the fulfillment of the Nashville prophecy will be realized after the first of the 7 last plagues have begun, along with Ellen White's prediction that racial unrest in cities will result in martial law and the suspension of the U.S. Constitution. They affirm this partly because in 1868, Ellen White prophesied, quote, "The day will come when our country will repudiate every principle of its Constitution." End quote. Many interpret White's words to reflect the current civil unrest in the United States. Many Adventists believe that following the Nashville attack, the President of the United States will unify the world against a common foe, the Adventist chosen people. In the comments section below is a link to a book by Ellen White entitled The Great Controversy, which outlines step by step why the end of the world is upon us and why Adventists will become the most despised people in history. These prophecies, espoused by such a well-known, wealthy, and highly educated people, would be terrifying on their own, but the story is much more sinister. Over many months during the 1930s, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in and around Germany directed its door-to-door book distributors to help bring Adolf Hitler to power through the broad distribution of magazines and pamphlets. Many now believe that after World War II, the Adventist Church covertly directed the move of Hitler and thousands of Nazis to South America through what was known as the Rat Lines. These same individuals now believe the German Adventist Church conspired with specific sympathetic religious orders to move the Nazi war criminals and their families to South America. Additionally, they believe a rogue element sanctioned by leaders of the Adventist Church facilitated Hitler's move to Argentina as described in a video documentary linked in the comments section below. In recent decades, several Adventist university professors have uncovered documents related to these events. Many wonder if the Adventist Church has attempted to suppress or destroy these documents. Adventist leaders must acknowledge and then release these documents and disclose the complete truth about the Church's involvement with Hitler and the Nazis. The Seventh-day Adventist Church acknowledged some participation in the events leading to Hitler's ascension. However, it stopped short of apologizing for Adventists' endorsement and secret support of Hitler, the Nazis, and their heinous crimes. A link to the Church's carefully worded apology is included in the comment section below. Bipolar Winter is a fictionalized account of events orchestrated by the Adventist Church after World War II. While the novel is fiction, it is based in facts. Bipolar Winter suggests that while agents within the Adventist Church were aiding and abetting Nazi war criminals, Church offered the U.S. government 2,300 Adventist enlisted men to be guinea pigs in a top-secret program to develop defensive and offensive biological and chemical weapons. Bipolar Winter suggests that a few Adventist agents then secretly provided research findings obtained by their spies at Fort Detrick, Maryland, to Adventist Nazis who had escaped to South America. Chief among the Nazis was Joseph Mengele, who oversaw the work of other physicians using the stolen information to develop mirror projects for developing biological and chemical weapons in Argentina. For decades after World War II, the Seventh-day Adventist Church continued to engage in questionable dealings with several U.S. government agencies. Some believe that before and during the April 1993 raid on Waco, Texas, a few leaders of the Adventist Church leaked information and warnings about the Branch Davidian cult to federal agents. Leaders of the Branch Davidians, one of the many disavowed branches of the Adventist Church, were teaching that their members would soon be attacked and killed by the U.S. government, who, according to Ellen White, is the second great Satan in the book of Revelation. Many now believe that leader David Koresh ensured his prophecies were self-fulfilled and that his followers, a third of whom were children, perished as a result of the prophecy's fulfillment. Today, many Seventh-day Adventists teach the millions of members in their church that the fire that destroyed Mount Carmel and the Branch Davidians in Waco was a model in miniature for the coming destruction of the earth by fire. As the world grapples with the global contagion of the coronavirus, numerous secretive Adventist-influenced cults in South Korea are believed to be at the center of the virus's spread outside China. Many people are now asking if the virus was carried from Wuhan by super spreaders from the South Korean churches who were intentionally infected with heavy viral loads by rogue actors desiring to use COVID-19 to initiate last-day events. Although much of the truth of the virus's spread remains unknown, things are not what they appear to be. The leader of these Korean doomsday cults is believed to be informed by several of Ellen White's prophecies. Like other doomsday cults that have broken from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, these churches are led by individuals who understand the power of fear as a tool to train and control members. And like David Koresh, these leaders may attempt to self-fulfill Ellen White's prophecies, or their own, through any available means. Many perceive that the current global crisis provides an ideal opportunity to advance the agenda of rogue agents of the Adventist movement. The Adventist Church has been advised by the world's best public relations firms how to deflect any negative information and maintain its image as a mainstream Christian organization, but the world is now under attack. While the COVID-19 virus does not appear to have been weaponized, it did not come about naturally. Rather, it was manipulated in a lab thought to be so secure that the virus could not have escaped accidentally. Many now believe that a virus originating in wet markets may have been released intentionally to South Korean doomsday cult members visiting China. These individuals carrying their heavy viral loads then became super spreaders via air travel, as described in a video linked in the comment section below. Why are some within the worldwide Adventist Church willing to participate in secret societies, covertly work with heads of other churches and governments, and engage in behaviors directly counter to the church's stated doctrines? These individuals are aware of Ellen White's prophecies that Adventist cult leaders will become corrupt and church members despised, and they are invested in the fulfillment of their prophecies. These leaders have gone as far as altering church doctrine. The Seventh-day Adventist Church now teaches a doctrine of Trinity that is identical to the Roman Catholic Church. And, in an effort to align with mainstream Protestant churches, the Adventist Church is distancing itself from Ellen White as a prophetess. Many church leaders no longer mention her being a prophetess, so the organization can fade out her teachings, including the investigative judgment. The official position is intended to protect the church's stature, wealth, and political currency. In addition to changing how the world perceives the Adventist Church, its leaders want members to move away from any veneration of White. While millions of Adventist faithful are unaware of the secret plans of the rogue agents, Bipolar Winter suggests the individuals initiated into the secret projects are committed to Ellen White's teachings and the fulfillment of her prophecies. The Adventist Church, the ultimate doomsday cult with many smaller organizations branching from it, teaches that Jesus Christ is about to return to destroy the earth and the majority of living souls. This is a national security issue that every government agency on earth should be investigating and responding to. I'm imploring you, Seventh-day Adventist Church members, media, and all concerned individuals to see this organization for what it is. Investigate immediately what the church's leaders are teaching and predicting. Recognize that the parent church or any of its branches may be using global calamities as cover to facilitate the self-fulfillment of its prophecies. If the Seventh-day Adventist Church self-fulfills Ellen White's prediction or enlists other agents to fulfill her Nashville prophecy using the church's wealth and global influence, we are all in danger. Please tell your friends and family that the novel Bipolar Winter suggests a dangerous and secret organization that continues to privately spew invectives against Catholics, Protestants, Muslims, Mormons, and Jews. The Seventh-day Adventist Church has successfully crafted and promoted its image as an innocuous religious organization, but its appearance belies what many believe is a sinister reality. Please ask your friends and family to watch this video and warn others of the impending global dangers being predicted and possibly facilitated by either the Adventist Church, one of its offshoots, or terrorists seeking to exploit the current worldwide chaos.